After a speech to the United Auto Workers Tuesday night, UAW President Shawn Fain plans to hold a strike authorization vote against Stellantis. Fain says Stellantis is not living up to guarantees it made in a 2023 labor deal, which came at the end of a 6-week strike. UAW says it is prepared to hold the strike authorization votes at one or more locals that represent Stellantis workers, and those workers will go on strike if the company doesn't meet union demands. Stellantis releases a statement this morning in response to the plan for a strike authorization vote, saying, quote, Shawn Fain continues to allege that the company has violated the contract, but to date has provided no data or information to back up his claims, end quote. Stellantis continued by saying a strike will not benefit anyone.